Fairway woods off the deck. Now, why is this such a difficult shot to hit? Because I would probably put it up there with one of the most difficult shots in golf. Well, for starters, you've usually got very little loft in your hand. So I've got my 3 wood here. It's 14.5 degrees. I've bumped it up by about ½ a degree. Still, not a lot of loft there. So it's quite hard to get the golf ball up and flying through the air. One of the most common faults I see with this shot, ball position we'll start with. So it is a longer club than a normal iron, so you are right to put the ball position forward, but some golfers play it as if it's a driver. So they play it almost up towards their left heel or their left toe. Now this is a mistake. The reason for that is, with the driver, as the club comes down and into impact, it's going to bottom out around here, and then it's going to start moving up, and we're going to catch the golf ball off the tee, and that's going to hit it nice and high, and we're going to carry it a long way, hit it a long way, hopefully doing that. But with the 3 wood, you can't do that. You don't have the luxury of being able to tee it up. So if the ball's too far forward and the club bottoms out and then starts to rise again, we're going to catch it really low in the face, or we might just catch it right off the bottom of the club, and of course we're going to top it from there. The ball goes nowhere, that's you stuck, but that's where we start making some changes and we'll get that confidence back. So all we're going to do is move the golf ball back in the stance. Now, we're not going to go all the way back to, say, an iron position maybe from the middle, but we are just going to move it slightly further forward than that. I think just left of that is fine, just left of centre maybe for a 3 wood. What this is going to help you do is get a slightly more downward angle of attack, so a steeper angle of attack, and that's what we want to do, because we want to get as much of that golf ball on that club face as possible. We don't want to be catching it right off the bottom. So if we get a slightly more downward blow, we might get a better strike, we'll create more spin, and we'll get it in the air. So let's just start with that. And you'll see as well here, I've taken a little bit of a divot. That's another thing, just don't be afraid to take a little bit of a divot. We don't want to be so shallow that we're just scooping the golf ball up. You can hit down, take a bit of grass. If you watch Sergio Garcia hit his 3 woods, even off the tee, he takes a little bit of a divot. But the key thing is he's hit the golf ball first and then he's taken a divot. But as I say, don't be afraid to do that. Now, another fault that I do tend to see with golfers, especially with fairway woods off the deck, is when they turn to the top, they've got that weight transfer into the right leg. Now, plenty of golfers do that and they have a lot of success with it, but you do tend to struggle to get back over to that left hand side. Now that's really important with a fairway wood, because we don't want to take it back and then be stuck here, because you're going to get the same issue that I was just talking about. The club might bottom out early, then when it's on the rise, it's going to hit the golf ball then, and that's not what we want. It's going to come off low off the face, or we might just catch it on the bottom of the club, and again we're going to get that top shot. So what I suggest you try and do, especially if you're really struggling to get these off the ground, so you've set up with the ball slightly forward of centre, when you turn to the top, just feel like the weight stays more into your left side. So don't feel like you transfer the weight over quite as much. Just feel like you stay onto that left side. Again, going to help you with that more downward blow, that steeper angle of attack that we're looking for. And if we get the strike, I promise you the golf ball will go in the air. So I'm going to feel like the weight stays more on that left side throughout the swing. Let's try again. There we go, turn that one over a little bit of right to left. So yeah, plenty of height. It's not sky high, but it's down there. I'm on a par 5 here, so again, if I was hitting that as my second shot, it's left me about 80 yards in. Good chance I could knock it close from there. Now, something I used to do that helped me out, when I'm hitting a shot, say a second shot into a par 5, or if I'm playing a really long par 4, I'm into a breeze and I've got a lot of yardage left and I need to take out the 3 wood, I would try and play this like a punch shot. So I would put the ball even further back in my stance, maybe play it from the centre or slightly further back than that, and I grip down the golf club and I just take a 3/4 swing. It will come out quite low, but I think your chances of striking it that way are much better. You're actually going to make good connection with the golf ball. So even though it comes out low, it's still going to go down the fairway, and it might start running a little bit, and that again is not a problem. You can get so many yards doing that. On a firm fairway, the ball will just keep going and going and going. So that's what I would say to you. Maybe put it back in the stance. You could even put the hands a little bit further forward. Again, we're just trying to promote that steeper angle of attack. We're gripping down, weight on that side, and then just play it like a little 3/4 punchy shot and see if that works for you. There we go. So yeah, get a little bit steeper on it with the 3 wood, go through the setup that I just talked about. Try that little punchy one and see if you can hit your fairway woods off the deck like that, and yeah, hopefully it helps you out. And as I say, don't be afraid to take a divot as well. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up as well, and we'll see you next time.